Hey everybody, how's it going? It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name is Jared Dyke.
I'm Ben Glauser.
We're here. Hopefully everybody is safe and not fucking about out there.
Don't fuck about too much.
Yeah,
people.
let's not do that right now. We're not at that point.
Of course, we're not really practicing what we preach here, but
no
big deal.
I'm not
somewhat socially.
I'm not 6 feet
right
away
here.
from Ben. On the table, we said that's not 6 feet long.
Right.
Can't help it.
But we're essentially family,
Right.
so
if one of us is going down, we're both getting fucked anyway. So it's not a new thing.
we always knew it would end this way, Jared.
Yeah. I think our wives knew that at least. All right. So no beers for reasons that I'm not willing to go into right now. So don't worry about it. Trust me, we're still beer fans. Don't worry about it. And by the way, that New England, that Free Jacks IPA is very good.
It is delicious.
Yes. Before we get too deep into this shit show.
Wait, that's not what?
It's not a.
We just started the shit show.
Yeah, well,
the shit show has not yet begun. Well,
it's going to be.
In a way, it has begun, but it has not yet begun.
Hi, Ben.
Oop, here we go. Hold on.
Wait.
Rewind.
What?
Rewind.
Hi, Ben. It's George, the fancy rugby geek here.
George!
Hold on. I've got to do this right.
What?
The beer.
What?
George popped the beer for us.
That's better. Right. Happy 40th birthday, mate. I thought I might the occasion by finally beating you. FRD League. Have an
Still
awesome
good.
day. Plenty of beers. And hopefully see you soon again. The FRD rematch. As soon as possible. Cheers, mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, George. Love you, buddy.
Thanks to our friend George, the fantasy rugby geek. Obviously, a great guy, and when things get back on track here, we need to definitely make sure that we keep him in our thoughts and make sure that we keep giving him our love. We appreciate you, George. We also appreciate our friends at the Rugby Magazine. They take care of us, and they do a great job at running a really good website. So we have fun with that. That's for sure.
George tuned me the hell up this weekend too. So
I don't think I won either one of my matchups either.
Beat me by like 50 or so. No big deal.
I needed to play George. I think that's what it came down to. I needed to play George.
Well, yeah, and this is good. I'm glad. I'm glad George has finally won against us. It's been a long time coming, and
probably
we've kind of let him know about it. I think each time.
Yeah, I think we have kind of pointed that out.
But I'm glad. A rivalry where both sides win is fun, and then it's obviously all in.
It's more of a rivalry than not.
And it's all in good fun.
Yeah, obviously we wouldn't give him shit if we didn't like him.
No, I mean he does great work. It was an honor to be beating him, to be undefeated against him.
Yeah, for a little while.
For a little while. So, but obviously all good things come to an end.
Yes.
But not our friendship and not our mutual respect and admiration in fantasy.
When the borders open up for both sides, maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out a way to have a beer with George.
Yeah, for sure. So we appreciate it. So let's just quickly run through some thoughts on each league. Obviously, COVID-19 has just caused havoc for a lot of things, rugby amongst others. Six Nations, we're probably going to finish in October. C'est la vie. That's just how it goes. Prem, the ideas that are being floated are obviously getting rid of the summer and nationals. I think that's going to happen either way.
Yeah.
And then pushing the calendar back a little bit. That's a thought. Also, the draws, like giving each team a draw. I don't love it, but it keeps everybody on the same level playing field.
Kind of.
It lets us finish out the year on time, which is semi-important. It's not important, but it's semi-important.
It is, but it depends on when we can resume normal life.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
We don't know.
No, the world is on pause right now, including the rugby world. So we're kind of in a wait and see mode for the next few weeks to 30 days, whatever everybody said.
Yeah, which hopefully it doesn't go beyond then, but in all likelihood, this is just the beginning. Mm-hmm. It could be extended.
Yep,
and it's time to be a little bit prepared for that.
Yep, for sure.
It just sucks without having that this distraction.
Yeah, I know, right? It definitely sucks. But that's why we're here. We're trying to provide a distraction of some sort.
But my preference, honestly, for the Champions Cup has its draw for the knockout stages. I think that can kind of go. It depends on how long this lasts. but I see no reason why they can't just go ahead with their draw. For things like the Premiership and even Super Rugby, which is shutting down. The proposal that I've seen for American sports, specifically for basketball when it comes back, is to have a March Madness style tournament.
Yeah.
Everybody, there's everyone's in the playoffs, and it's one and done.
Go for it.
So you
Full
start,
bore.
the first the number one seeds get a bye first round, and then 2 plays 15,
Right.
3 plays 14, on all that stuff.
On and on.
And you have brackets. I mean, how amazing would that be? I mean, it's one thing when it's college basketball, but in the NBA, where the best players, and some of the scrub teams are pretty shit, but at the same time, you still get a chance.
Yeah.
All you have to do is win one.
Shot. Why not? Right.
One game. That's all you got to win, and you're through. That changes things.
Right.
And I think that's the kind of thing that we'll need to get through this, is something fun like that.
Yeah.
I would like to import that to the Prem and to Super Rugby, depending on the length of the layoff.
Yes.
If we really get past when the season was supposed to be over, I think that would be a good 6 weeks.
Quick way to be done with it.
Right. You're in, you're out, you're done. We can crown a champion for 2019 to 2020, or just 2020 for Super Rugby.
Right.
I think that's the satisfying way to go about doing it.
Might be.
On the other hand,
We have to get creative either way.
on the other hand, if the season, this goes on too long and the Prem needs to just cancel, what was your idea? Because it was to give Exeter the title with an asterisk.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that out there. It was like, oh, imagine if they canceled the season right now and just said the Exeter champions and gave an asterisk. I was like, wouldn't that be justice right there?
You assholes get the asterisk.
That's your own fault, freaking Tony Rowe. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Super Rugby might be able to do like some sort of local derby comp, either to continue Super Rugby until we're beyond this, or just in general as to keep the rugby going in some fashion.
And that actually might be a decent way to handle it, knowing that, they need the players or the people traveling, especially. I mean, this was ultimately, it feels like, decided by New Zealand. Because
they started the trend,
as soon as they put that 2-week quarantine period in for anybody traveling to New Zealand, that basically killed the Super Rugby season. Because you can't travel that far in advance. The matches are scheduled, yada, yada.
Right.
It was like almost simultaneous that those two things came out. It felt like, from an American standpoint.
Yeah.
But maybe the idea is that you say, look, we're going to crown a conference winner in each of the 3 conferences, and you play local derbies until you can move on.
Yep.
And then you suck it up and say, look, we're going to maybe like some sort of round robin type thing where it's each of the 3 teams playing in some ways. Champions travel to Australia or something, and they play there to determine the winner.
Yeah, maybe
split the revenue between every single team.
All these teams, yeah.
And you work with it that way. And that way everybody gets to you still get an end of a season.
Yeah. One thing I will say is, and MLR is probably going to be okay because they don't have a lot in their way in terms of finishing the season for the most part. One thing I will say, I am not one that's going to go out and cancel my Free Jack season tickets and expect refunds. Because in this situation where the teams need the financial help right now, and yes, they have millionaires that back them, but they won't be millionaires for very long.
No.
If we continue, if they continue to dump money in, and they're willing to dump money into a sport we love. So that's the other thing. Like, I'm willing to give the guy a benefit of the doubt. Now, if this is 10 years from now and the guy's a jerk like Jerry Jones, that's a different story.
Right.
I'll be begging for my money back. Okay. So there, for me, Free Jacks, you can keep my money.
Yeah, sure.
I want you guys to keep going.
And the Free Jacks are actually hosting remote coaching sessions.
Yep, saw that.
I unfortunately couldn't call in the last 2 nights. Of course, I had other things. I didn't know about the first night and the second night. I just kind of wanted to
chill out.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
But it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, well, but I like the idea of saying, here's what we expect from coaches and players, and let's go through it. I'm trying to work through similar ideas with our coaching staff at our club level. Yep. I like that everybody seems to be handling this. Well, most everybody seems to be handling this pretty well from a rugby standpoint.
Yeah, right.
We still have several hardos that are like, let's just
play
play through it, whatever. We're going to be healthy. No, it's not about.
It's not about us. It's about the people
with
that are really
freaking small kids and elderly parents. It's
elderly parents are the big ones that seem to be coming to light because the kids seem to be able to, for the most part, seem to be able to fight it off. So that's I think it's now down to elderly and those with shit immune systems. That's different thoughts there and they're all getting thrown around and meetings are happening left and right over Skype and Zoom and whatever. So we'll hopefully a good solution comes out of this. Let's ramble down the table. There's one match I think we should pay a lot of attention to, and then we can ramble down the table the rest of the way. That'd be the opening first match here for Super Rugby this past weekend. Last match we'll see for a while. The Chiefs and the Hurricanes, and shame somebody lost this match because it was a damn good match.
It was a great match,
especially the ending. But I mean, all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, everything outside the ref was fantastic.
Yeah, Jakob Piper is definitely an overrated referee.
Terrible.
I
don't know what he's watching. I don't. Whatever he's
bad decisions.
looking at is not what I'm seeing. So.
And there was times I was gritting my teeth both ways. I'm like,
right,
okay, no, but okay.
Yeah, I mean the I thought the Perinara try was the yellow.
Yep.
A little much. He's trying to tackle Stevenson. Stevenson's much taller than him. There's no way that Perinara tackles high while he's lowering his body height to make that tackle. That to me, that was all on Stevenson. But
yeah, at least he tried to wrap.
Right. And what was the other one?
Arm.
Yeah. He I thought that Perinara was doing everything right.
Definitely going for a stick.
And ultimately, what he ended up doing was high because Stevenson dropped his body height. And there was something else where
Jordy
Barrett's try.
Yeah,
that was a try.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Just because Damien Mack has a finger on it doesn't mean it's simul possession or any of that shit.
No,
I don't know what rule.
Mack had no possession of that ball.
That was Jordy Barrett try.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. Your guy Boschia wasn't on the field at the end. That was.
I mean, you can't tell me that in one of those 30 phases he's not picking up either a turnover or a penalty.
Right.
Fucking. No, yeah, him having to come out really was I think what decided the match for the Hurricanes.
Yep. It was a big one.
And that's no disrespect to Bashir. It's not. He got hurt. It happens. He had to come out.
Yeah, he got banged up.
Yeah.
Shit happens, man.
When you make as many turnovers as he does, and you put yourself in position to get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You can only do that for so long before you have to come out.
Yeah, credit to both teams to go 30 phases and not have a fuck up. And I know, again, the Hurricanes weren't trying to overplay it.
Right.
But it's really, really hard because the Chiefs penalty wasn't even like at the breakdown. It was just a silly no arms tackle that, it happens, but it wasn't. You're
trying
to
go low and you can't.
It was no arms. It's just how it is. It sucks. But up until then, both teams just do a good job hanging on in possession and also making their tackles. And not get every once in a while the Hurricanes look like they get like a couple half meters and then and then they go backwards and then just it was a good back and forth for about 29-30 phases until the penalty came and Jordy Barrett had the cojones to knock it over and hey, I'm not sad about it. I can tell you that much right now. Yeah, but this could have easily been a draw and it would have been a worthy result. Yep. So Chiefs 24, Hurricanes 27. Both teams look like they're in position to get into the knockout, assuming we can finish this sucker. Blues Lions, Blues 43, Lions 10. The big takeaway for me was the two fly halves that have stepped in since Bowden Barrett hasn't been able to play, and that's Perifetta and Terry Black. Obviously, Perifetta is playing fullback in this game, but still very good.
Yeah, he played an excellent match at 15. And Ontario Black has been, as you said, like he's been extremely consistent. His service has been awesome. Speaking of service, Sam Knock, what a step up.
Much better.
I mean, this is in a way a bastardized version of Harry Randall versus Andy Urin, except
definitely bastardized.
Yeah, because both of those are decent scrum halves.
Yeah.
Knock and Ruru have just been god awful.
for many seasons.
For many seasons, Knock is somehow playing above his station. You ride it until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, basically.
And they basically did that too. They did. I don't know. I don't remember Ruru coming into the match. I remember seeing it late in the match, and Knock is still playing and supporting line breaks, and I was like, oh, there's a 9, still not a 21. All right, 21's Ruru. Leave him on the bench.
Yeah, leave him there. Leave him there.
I mean, it was kind of somewhat surprising only because it was just a wash at that point. But that just goes to show how little confidence they have in Ruru. And I share that lack of confidence.
You think you're not the only one. One more guy we'll mention, and we'll move on. Hoskins Tutu, giving the Blues options at 8-man, where Akira Ioane, I don't think he missed it. He missed one game maybe last year.
Yeah,
in a bit of a grueling season. Super Rugby is not easy.
Right,
all the travel.
Yeah,
it's in some of the hot weather as well.
And then after the World Cup, it's no wonder he might get a little banged up.
Yeah, so it's give Satutu credit. He's given them a great option to pivot from Ioane when they need to.
Yeah, but they can put them, when they're both healthy and both fit. I mean, they can put them.
They could put them at 6 and 8 if they want to.
And
that would be a terrible idea.
That would be a horrible idea for their opponents.
It would be. It would be. So Blues 43, Lions 10, and Blues are looking pretty snazzy on the top of that conference right there.
Real strong.
Yep. Give them a lot of credit. This was the laughing stock of this conference for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over to Australia. Sunwolves obviously were the trendsetters in the COVID-19 epidemic. So they've actually been in Australia for a few weeks now. They play in Australia. They played the Crusaders, and the result is basically as if they had played them in Christchurch. It was not good.
No, it wasn't.
Crusaders depowered, but Crusaders are still very good. They have a system that they can lay into very easily.
It's hard to call a team depowered when they have Fainga'anuku. Hold on, I can get it right. Yeah. Fainga'anuku.
Yeah.
Sevu Reece and George Bridge in their back three.
Yeah.
And Braden Enner in their 13. And Todd Christie and.
That back row is great. I have to say, and I thought Wetu Douglas would be the guy that really makes it different. It's been Christie and Sanders that really make it go. I know Sione Havili played in this game, but Christie and Sanders have made that back row go. Colin Grace has been a great player. I see a black shirt in his future at some point.
Yep.
It's very good. But on the Sunwolves, Garth April is going to have a job after this season. I don't care if he's playing for the Sunwolves or somebody else. He's going to have a job.
Yeah, I mean, somebody in South Africa is going to snatch him up.
Mm-hmm. Bulls might be one team to think of.
Right.
They're not great right now. Lions, maybe.
Lions,
just a thought. Just a thought.
The Lions do have a Springbok as their 10, but
he's not a good Springbok.
He's not good. And it might actually be like I'm wondering if it might be better to move Yankees anyway out a little wider. Like, what if you put him at 13 or something? I mean, he's still not going to tackle out there, but at least it won't.
Yeah, he's not going to get balled
kill you because he'll be scared of contact from a 10.
Yeah, that is true. So there's that, and then Ben Hine scoring big. That's a big thing for him because he's had a rough go of things for his career. So that's a
score against the Crusaders is
feel good moment for him.
Right. It's no small feat.
No. So that's a great thing for him. Sunwolves 14, Crusaders 49. Crusaders still are the Crusaders, although they're not in the position they're used to in the ladder. But we'll see how that plays out, assuming we get to keep going at some point here.
Yeah, I mean they are number one.
Yeah,
but they're not number one overall.
No, they're still pretty good though. The other game that was played at Suncorp, Reds 41, Bulls 17. Bulls had this game for about 15-20 minutes in their favor. Really, I mean, Reds didn't have fuck all for possession for the most part in the first half.
And the yellow card on Faoi Satia didn't really help.
No.
I didn't really like that decision. That was a love-hate. I have a love-hate relationship with that yellow card.
Good tone setter.
Good tone setter, but I thought that was kind of a soft yellow. It wasn't high. It was shoulder to shoulder. It was a little late, but he'd already committed to making the contact.
I think he could have pulled out, though.
He probably could have pulled out.
Phrasing.
But yeah.
This is a good Reds team, though. I have to say,
it is a very good Reds team.
The Bulls are in trouble. They have some good pieces. We know Roscoe Speckman knows where the try line is.
Finally,
he sorted his shit out. Figured it out. But really, that's the best part of this team. Probably their front row is decent with the likes of Vinyakanya and Visagi and Brits if he ever gets healthy. Lizo Gabaka is out. That did not look good.
No,
so that's not good. But really, the Reds, and there's a back row of Liam Wright, Lukan Selkai-Loto, who I have bagged on before, but I actually like the way he's playing now. Mm-hmm. He's playing like a second row that can play loose forward right now, and that's scary. That's like Morrow type stuff that I'm looking at. He's playing a lot better, so I'll give him loads of credit. And Harry Wilson just got a whole shitload of praise heaped on him by Scott Robertson, who was a pretty good player in his day. So
a little bit,
yeah. So I loads of credit to him. The back line, it
was a shame to see Wilson have to go out though. Yeah. He was playing really well, and
that knee was banged up.
And that knee wasn't. Mm-hmm. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
It's not great.
He couldn't continue on it.
Nope.
So they strapped him up, but it wasn't enough.
No.
But that was a shame. It only because it's so much fun watching.
Yeah, he's a
good players playing well. Yeah,
he's a nightmare. So yeah, Reds 41, Bulls 17. That was This is a Reds team that needs to be very excited no matter what happens the rest of this year. Yep. I will say that. But
they have big things ahead of them, hopefully.
Yes,
and James O'Connor, still continually rewriting his story.
Yes, and so much admiration for him doing that and bouncing back from, basically a player that just probably got a little too much of the limelight and didn't know how to deal with it. And now he's responded well.
Yep. So that's really what it is. It's how you respond. Yep. Anybody who's the young gun can get a big head. It's just how you come back from it.
Can you bounce back? And he did. He did really well. Over to South Africa, the game that gives me the lead in Pick'em. Sharks 24, Stormers 14. I'd say mostly Sharks for the most part of this game, with the exception of there was a point where the Stormers led, but it just felt like the Sharks were waiting to blow up. And Yanchi's try was great. He still lights out. Holy shit, this kid's good. I like him a lot. There was an incident at the beginning of this match that I think we could consider a certain Johan Du Toit a little lucky, because an incident like that where he gave no fucks about what he was about to do to Lewis Schroeder.
Yeah.
And really took zero care in this. Like, just went in and said, "Fuck it, I'm already in." And really,
in for a penny, in for a pound.
I was like, "Oh man, that was no concern for the player in the air whatsoever."
No,
that should have been.
Yeah.
Should have been red.
What was he? The TMO was saying it landed on his back, or was it the ref that said
the TMO was trying to convince him it should have been red?
Okay.
Yeah, TMO was really trying to talk him into a red.
But no, he landed on his back. It's no, it doesn't matter. It's not. It's that you have a duty as the
guy on the ground to take care of the guy in the air. Make sure that he's not going to come close to breaking his fucking neck.
Right.
Thankfully, Lewis Schroeder is okay. He had a concussion test, which he failed, obviously. Okay. But that's it. So that is that's inexperience on AJ Jacobs' part in my view. The Bulls continue to have a back three that's very dangerous, obviously, with the likes of Fossey and Kosi, Mapimpi, and then you pull Tomboy off the bench, although he didn't play in this match, but still. And then I will say, the kid's going to figure it out. His service is garbage, but Sanele Nahamba is going to figure this thing out, who's the backup 9. Obviously, he played a shit ton in this match. When he figures out what to do with the whole passing the ball thing, because he's got all kinds of skills elsewhere, he just needs to figure out how to have good service, or they're going to have to convert him to like a wing.
Yeah.
Because he's got skills out the wazoo. He just needs to figure out how to be a 9. So I'll give him loads of credit for that.
They should just watch the guy across the way.
Yeah, Herschel's pretty good, last I checked. But other than that, it wasn't...
No, I didn't like the way it ended, to be honest.
With the scrum, yeah.
That scrum, to me, it looked as though the Sharks were not scrummaging legally. I'm not sure how else to describe it. It just looked like the scrum kind of fell apart, and the ball seemed to be on the Stormers' side, and somehow the Sharks somehow got it, and it was right in front of the ref. Like, all these things, I'm like, that's not right. All of that looks wrong.
He had a rough game.
Yeah. And obviously, well, he was consistent at least through the end.
That's true.
And it's fun.
Screwed up one, screw up another.
Right. It's fun, and don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun to watch Mapimpi run.
Yes, it is.
But I don't think he should have been in a position to get that ball.
No, scrum's a lottery, especially with a referee that doesn't necessarily know what they're doing.
Which is most of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. It's true. That's true. Sharks 24, Stormers 14. Sharks definitely look like the team to beat in South Africa Conference. So heads up, everybody. They can and they can find ways to score tries from a lot of places. Like,
right, they're
deep
fucking
in their own end.
dangerous.
They have no problem doing that.
No, I mean with those runners
terrifying.
that they have.
I wouldn't either. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Mapimpi and Kosi Fasi, Tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Good stuff back there.
You can't fuck around with that.
No, you should not. I agree. Let's go to obviously Jaguars and the Highlanders got called off for good reason. They want to get the Highlanders back so they could get inside the New Zealand borders before the shutdown. Actually, right. Mike Fraser, who was refereeing, I think, the Reds match.
Yeah, he had to leave right away.
Yeah, they were going to have him do the Brumbies match. I said, "You go home.
Yeah,
you're going to be locked out of your country if you don't go home. So go home." So that's what they did for him. So that was kind of them to think of him in that way. And then Brumbies Waratahs 47-14 Brumbies over the Waratahs. Very good stuff for the Brumbies, obviously.
Can I try it?
Oh, Marky Mark.
Nawakatina Wasi.
There you go.
Boom! I'm getting it.
Did you practice that?
No.
Trust me, that's a tough name.
Yes, you can't say it without practicing.
I don't envy the commentators that have to say a name like Martin.
Nawakatina Wasi?
Yeah, because it's... And just to do it on the snap and not be able to practice.
Like, no, yeah, I couldn't. It's going to take a long... I mean...
Loads of credit to those guys that could do that at the drop of a hat.
That's why they get paid to do it, right?
I suppose
they need to be able to say those names and know them right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
But the other wing...
Muirhead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was thinking going the other way. His opposite, of Kata, doing forward work.
Yeah, the peel off the
scoring off a maul. Holy shit!
Get out of there, wing.
Who's teaching him that? Like seriously, who teaches a wing to do that?
Falafayinga, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, but I was obviously impressed because that was just the textbook peel and flop over the line.
I mean, he knows what the try line is. It seems he's figured it out 5 this year so far, I think, and that's after kind of having a shaky start coming over from the league. So
yeah,
loads of credit to him.
Although his second try was kind of off of a forward pass.
Yeah. But they said nah.
the traditional inside ball off the 10 that goes forward about a meter or so. No big deal. They just kind of let that go.
They let it go. I don't love Rasta, so to be fair. I don't love Rasta. He is a much better 7s ref than he is a 15s.
Okay. And that's a 7s pass right there that you just kind of let go when it's a little forward.
Yeah, but he did call out, I think it was Michael McDonald from the Waratahs for throwing a pass into a retreating Brumbies player on purpose and trying to milk a penalty. He's like, don't milk it. So
good.
He just awarded a scrum. He's like, you never scrum. That's it. I
good.
like it.
Good.
I think the Brumbies did jump on it, but yeah, I don't agree with stuff like that. I'm not into that. Just stop being a dick.
And it did all kind of fall apart just after halftime for the Taz. Literally, in the case of Curtly Beale's hamstring.
Oh, good lord! Yeah,
that was a sniper. That was
trying to chase down Powell.
Powell, yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, you're dead. You're done. Yep. You're done." Yeah, he
that was clear. Lane. He pulled up
right.
Super lane. He wasn't even in close.
Like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah, he wasn't close, and all of a sudden he's nope.
Oh man, that sucks.
It does,
but
so
that's fun.
Put him out of position, and guys get hurt.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not saying. Yeah,
whatever it is.
I'll just leave that there. Not that I've been saying anything about Beale at fullback.
Yeah, something like that. But there's a lot to like about this Brumbies team. This is an Australian team that seems like they're not going anywhere. 12-13's a great combination.
Mm-hmm. Both their wings.
Both the wings.
We talked about Kata, but Muirhead
in this game, and Tom Wright plays a lot of wing as well. He played really well this game when he came in. There's a lot to like. Tom Banks should be fit for an Australian jersey.
And Lola Sio is
very good,
pretty handy for a fly half.
Yes,
so.
two young halfbacks for this team.
Yeah,
between 9 and 10 there. So and both very good. Their back row's solid. They go.
Yeah, it's solid. It's not like spectacular.
No, but Pete Samu can carry the ball well.
Yep.
So if they have somebody they need to lean on for a good ball carry, they can lean on him.
Yep.
So, lot of good things back there. Brumbies 47, Waratahs 14. Brumbies definitely looking like they're in the driver's seat for the Australian Conference, assuming we can get this whole thing rolling at one point or another. Okay, let's have a little fun.
I don't think we do that on this pod.
Never. No fun allowed. All right, I'm going to do my best not to fuck this up.
There's no fun in fantasy rugby.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I sent you the sheet earlier.
Got it. Open.
And we need to finagle this. So I was trying to do the best possible team you could field for Premiership Rugby Magazine. Based on current prices, old prices, you could probably get the best team if you want to. Because there have been some players that have blown up by 30 and 60 pounds. And you could probably squeak in most of them, except for maybe the last two positions. And I tried to use 28-player roster because it's the minimum you need in TRM.
Right.
You know, I have thrown out some. I had to trade out. I've already traded out Blair Cowan for Albert Tuasui. Not too far apart in points, but very far apart in price. So I put Tuasui as the 24th man. So what we need out of this, and we need to somehow finagle from 382 pounds.
3 positions.
3 positions. So that's not really possible because we'd be at like 120 a position, and there ain't nobody worth a fuck either of those positions anyway. So we need another backup prop, and then we probably need one more forward and one more back as well. One more front rower, I should say, especially proper hooker.
Right. So let's talk about the names we have. So the people out there following along at home can sort this out.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe
so we're looking at our at the 1 through 28. Ollie Hoskins, Franco Murray, Beno Obano, Johnny Hill, Chris Vui, Dan Dupree, Ben Earl, Sam Simmons. That rounds out your starting forwards.
Yep.
Dan Robson, Marcus Smith, Ollie Hassel-Collins, Rob Dupree, Charles Piatow. I think we can probably work around him. Maybe not.
He's very versatile. He's center, wing, and fullback. So, and that was the thing I was trying to get around with him in Ibitoye and Morahan.
Yeah.
Morahan and Ibitoye will have either 1 or 2 positions only.
Right.
And Hassel-Collins is definitely a wing only. So that's the other problem.
And obviously Ibitoye and Morahan on the next 2, 14 and 15. Then starting at our reserve hooker, Mike Haywood. Reserve prop is open. Then other reserves forwards, Nick Ezekwe and Ted Hill. Halfbacks, Reese Priestland
are both fly halves.
Right. So, Callum Sheedy.
We do have another scrum half on the roster though.
Right. Umaga, Kibarigi. That rounds out our 23.
Yeah.
Outside of the 1. Then on the bench, Tuisui, Hugard, and Louis Rees-Zammit. So we need to rejig some of this for probably on the. I want to say somewhere on the back end we can probably rejig some of this. I mean,
I'm looking for guys that are a little bit lower price that we can trade out without sacrificing a ton of points.
Right.
I'm trying to find one here.
So doing this live
it's kind of fun, actually.
It is kind of fun.
Who is?
Because I'm looking at our fly half situation, and seeing that we have the top 4 scoring fly halves, which are ranked. They're all well over 300 points. Let's look at scrum halves though.
We have so the 3 scrum halves were Hugard, Reinach, and Robson, and then the next best one is Danny Kerr, who's also not that cheap. So that's kind of the problem.
Yeah, that kind of hurts us there. And then at fly half, you do get some cheapness, but yeah, there's that cutoff right under Robert Dupree. I mean, Duncan Weir is the next highest scoring, and he's 80 points behind Dupree. So
yeah, that's
not where we're gonna.
What's the price difference between the two of them?
But it's between Dupree and Duncan Weir.
Yeah,
it's 25 points, 25K.
Oh, really? That's it?
It's
okay.
not.
So that's not worth it.
No, it's not nearly worth it.
Nope. That's definitely not worth the 80 points in my book.
No.
Okay, so then from there, So again, we're probably looking at rejigging the back end here a little bit.
Yeah. It's hard with centers though, because you look at the top 2 scoring centers are Dupree and Piatow.
Yeah. And they're eligible elsewhere.
Right. And then the next one is Marshall.
And he's not cheap either.
He's 252. He's actually pretty cheap, but he's 69 points behind Piatow.
Yeah, that's not it.
So
that's not the answer.
So you're saving 140K, but you're losing close to 100 points.
Okay. What about somewhere in our back row, we might be able to make some sort of sacrifice.
I mean, I'm looking at the one I'm looking at specifically is Luke Morahan.
Okay. How much is he?
So Morahan at 15. You have him at 15. He is 276K for 300 points.
Right. Do we have?
Whereas,
what's the next fullback?
This is I'm looking at wings.
Oh, okay.
So he's at fullback, but
okay.
but he's there. So yeah, I guess it would have to be a fullback.
Yeah, but you could put wing only guys.
Yeah,
which sucks. Hassel Collins and Ibatoya are wing only.
Because you're looking at their Tom Marshall.
Yeah,
who is 40 points behind him, and only 20K cheaper.
Cheaper. Woo.
So it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we're gonna have to look towards like the 20s on our roster.
Right. Although if you want to look long term, I'd look at Joe Simmons instead. Being that he is 30K cheaper and he's 60 points behind him, but that's going to change. I see that? Joe Simmons being
over Morahan.
Over Morahan, but that's again that long term where I think he'll score more by the end of the season rather than immediately.
Man, this is a pain in the neck.
But at the same time, if we're talking about we're trying to build a full team, that might be the better option, or even just cutting the 25 and going with Marshall, or putting Piatow back there and removing Morahan entirely and subbing in someone else.
Do we have another fullback in? Do we have another fullback in our midst? Yeah, you know what? What if we chopped Morahan and put, because who's our back three guy?
Reese Zammit.
Well, no, we could do.
Or
what if we put Jacob Umaga in there? Who can we chop? How much dough can we save by putting Jacob Umaga in for Morahan? Because Jacob Umaga is pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'm looking for him now. Oh wait, I just saw him and I lost him.
And then we'll replace Jacob Umaga with somebody a little cheaper. That's either wing or center.
Umaga is 173.
Okay.
K, and 232.
232 and 170. So that's 60 points. What's the difference?
Well, hold on a sec. I lost me.
You lost it.
I totally lost it. So we have, because we're looking at Morahan, who's not center eligible.
Nope.
So Morahan is at 300 points.
Mm-hmm.
Umaga, where'd he go? I lost him. Is at 232.
Okay, so we're talking about 70 points difference. But what's the price difference?
The price difference is 272. I'm sorry, 276.
Mm-hmm. And 173.
And Umaga 173.
Yeah, that's worth it. 100 pounds to shave off some
for 70 points.
Yeah,
I'll take
points,
that.
I would trade that totally. So there we go. So that frees us up another. Let's see.
So more hands out. So
that frees us up almost another.
Yeah, but where do we put Umaga? Oh, we put it
center or fullback.
Right.
We put him at fullback. We just plug him at fullback. Okay. It doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
So yeah, there's that. So that gives us. Looks like we got another. So that brings us up to like mid fours here. 382 plus like 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 481. So there's that.
So 41 for 3 more spots.
Yeah.
See, we can. Yeah.
Well, we got to add. We actually have to add a fourth, but at least we've saved ourselves.
Yeah.
A little bit of coin there. That's the other. Oh wait, what about? There's one more. Yeah, there's got to be one more I can do. Hold on one second. So we moved that up. So we moved him into the lineup. Yeah, and then, well, it's not the Big T is not the answer to that. In terms of price savings on that one.
We can save points. I don't see Jack Willis is not on your team.
No, he's not because he can't. He's not super cheap, but he's also like the 10th.
He's 257. Oh yeah, he's looking at the other loose forwards. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the 10th loose forward down, which is crazy to think.
Yeah. Cowan's actually a better deal right now.
Yeah, slightly better deal. So yeah, I wonder, can we move? Can Can we maybe trade Cowan for? And I love the kid, but maybe trade Cowan for. Nope. Actually, nope. Because we need a lock. We need a lock at that spot, and Cowan's not lock eligible. Damn.
What do you think about Cornell Dupria?
For who?
For a lot of these guys. I mean, I'm just looking at he's $229K, so he's very cheap, and he's 288 points.
Okay.
So when we're talking about guys like, well, let's see, who are we?
Well, we our backup.
Sam Simmons is yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to take away the best scorer in the whole thing.
But I'm looking at where's Tui Sui?
Tui Sui is like won something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's way down the list, but he's won something. He's 191.
And then what about Ezekwe?
Ezekwe, see, the problem with Cornell Dupree is he's not lock eligible. We need a lock. Maybe we go. What's the difference between Tuisui and Ezekwe in points? Maybe that's the question I want to ask.
So okay, Ezekwe is at 341,
and
I have to go to the 8 for Tuisui.
And then Albert Tuisui is...
Here he is. 282. So you're looking at
60 points.
60 points and
give or take
110K.
Oh, really?
The
difference?
Because Ezekwe is 300K.
All right.
And Tuisui is 191.
All right. So let's bump that. Let's bump Tuisui from our 24 to our 18. Put a Ezekwe at 18, so that frees up a little bit of scratch. We need another player. Obviously we need another player, but you gotta figure out where you can save the coin, man.
Yeah, it's all about the coinage saving. Saving phrasing. All right, so that gives us. So would you say 100 and something? It is
extra?
What, 300 to 191, so 109.
109, nice. 109. All right, so now we have 590 to get 5 guys.
All right.
So let's see what we can do here.
Doing a lot of getting rid of guys, not a lot of
I know
pulling them in.
I know, but we've found some options that are cheaper, and we can go to the back end a little bit better here.
And at some point, we were looking at. Hold on, let me go back to this, because if you're looking at a backup prop, I think I got one for you. And if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, this is tough.
I'd almost I'd look at Will Stewart.
Yeah, what's his price?
He's 191, and he has 155 points.
Okay, so we can probably throw him into that one. I think we're gonna have to find some more savings elsewhere, but but that's all right. That's good.
Where's Obano?
So Will Stewart, and what is he? 191.
He's 191K and 155 points.
So we're down to 399. And we're gonna have to make some trade outs. Actually, let's look at who can we. What is the next highest scoring wing from Zach Kibarigi, not named Reese Zammit?
Kibarigi, Kibarigi's cheap.
He is kind of cheap.
He's only 169.
He is?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Although he's out for
right, but I mean, we're kind of I'm doing this a little bit in the vacuum too, so.
But you're looking at Rona. Yeah, they'll get more expensive after that.
Oh, man. Okay. So, what about what's the difference between geez, that's a hell of a fall off. That's 50 points.
Yeah, if you're going Rona to like Ibitoye or something. I'm just looking at the
Jeez, yeah. All right, what's the difference between Perry Humphreys is 180?
I think we can get rid of Hugard on the bench.
Yeah, and what are we gonna do for who are we gonna replace him with?
On the third as the third scrum half. So let me look at scrum.
He's technically the second, but yeah.
Well, no, he's is he?
Yeah, we only have 2.
Okay.
But that's fine if we can find another scrum half.
Because he's 354. And he has 324, so that's not bad. We'd lose 70 points by going down to Ben Meehan, but it's also
he's the next.
Well, you have to go to Danny Kerr, who's about the same price.
Oh yes, he is. Oh jeez, yes he is. And obviously you don't want to go Reinach because he's more.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Meehan, you're dropping, you're dropping freaking
70 points.
70 points.
But
you're
over,
also
but 111.
Yeah.
Okay.
As your backup.
Right. That's where I'm looking at.
Maybe that's worth it.
Yeah.
If it's your backup, because obviously Dan Robson's the best scorer. You got him in there.
Right.
Ben Meehan plays most games too.
Right.
So
that's why I would go with that, only because it's.
So Hubbard is 354, and Meehan is 243.
Yep.
That gives us another 111 just by changing that out.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty good. That helps. That'll help us a lot. Yeah, and he's not even technically... Because also you're thinking about, you're thinking about the bench points that score.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to not have
and
an actual 9 at that sub 9 spot as long as it's a halfback of some sort, whether it's a fly or a scrum.
So you really only need 2 scrum. I only have 2 scrum halves on my team.
Right, and it's fine. I mean, it works as long as you got guys that play a lot.
Right.
All right, so we're back up to 510 with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is more doable. It's
getting there.
This is more doable. You want to see? So divide by 4. Yeah, we still have to make one more sub, I think, to get a slightly cheaper option in. What about fly half? Because we have 2 fly half sitting on our bench as well. What's next? What about?
I'd almost
with four 10 eligible guys already on the field. Right. I wonder if maybe in that same light we can make another concession by going not even to Duncan Weir. I'm thinking about going all the way down to James Grayson, who's 189.
Let me look. Grayson, I need to see points.
It's a steep drop off from.
Who are we getting rid of? Sheedy?
It would have to be Sheedy. I know it's a steep drop off, but we already have. We have Marcus Smith, we have Priestland,
I wouldn't go
Robert Dupree.
I wouldn't go Grayson only because he's not going to play. I mean, when he plays, he scores.
Okay.
But he's not going to play that much. If anything, if we would do that, I would just say we're going to drop a fly half and not pick up another one, because look, what do we say? Because how many fly halves do we have on here? We have
4, but we have one playing center and we have one that's serving as the next halfback.
Yeah.
As well.
And that's worth it because they're scoring more than centers anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I might not look there because we're not going to get much value in exchange for, points wise in exchange for the money.
And
so I don't think that's the place. I'm trying to see where the other expensive guys are on this team.
Right.
And really the big one that I see is Sam Simmons.
But he's the top scorer.
He's also the top scorer by far.
And we don't save a lot by going down to like Don Brandt.
Right. And then looking at, you got to keep.
Yeah, you don't save a ton by going down to.
Unless you put Dan Dupree at lock because he qualifies there.
Right.
And that way you can take out Johnny Hill.
I started that there, but then Vui and then Earl and Vui reared their ugly heads, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I had to finagle that
one. But Vui, because then you look at we're looking at a different 6. Like if we can sub out Johnny Hill at lock, but he's 295. Let me go to flank real quick.
295. Actually, Blair Cowan kind of jumps out at me at that point.
Right.
How much is Johnny Hill? 295. You said
Johnny Hill is 295.
What are his points?
350. Ooh. Which is a lot.
But it's only a 20-point drop though.
Yeah.
For Blair Cowan, so that's not bad actually. And that'll be a 60-point drop, or a 60-pound drop just about. So.
Right. And it's 30 points. So 30 points.
Yeah. So you could manage that
20 points.
Even if you shoved. Even if you shoved like...
That's 60 pounds for 20 points.
Yeah.
So I would do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So we have 5'11", and we traded out the most outrageous thing, Johnny Hill for Cowan.
Right. So that's 295.
But we put DDP in there.
Yep.
And then we're putting Cowan on the flank.
Yep.
Okay. So, and then you said 60 points on top, 60 pounds on top of that to get back?
39, 295. So it's 56. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get that right. Yeah, 56.
Okay. So we're up to 567, and we have 4 guys to fill in.
That's more doable.
Right.
Because now we can start.
Now we're up to like 4 and 40s at least.
Right. So now we're looking at guys who are, we can look at some cheaper options as well as some guys that we don't expect points from. Honestly, like sometimes you put a guy who's like not going to score you points on your bench or you're not going to play too often.
Right. Like, let's see who's in there. I mean, oh man, yeah. There's still so much that we need to. There's still so little there. Oh man, this is so hard. This might be a TBD.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. We are stuck on this one.
I'm gonna have to give this a good think.
Yeah. So if anybody has ideas on this one, we're up to 556. Did we say, or 565? It was 5'11" plus 56 pounds.
Yeah.
So up to 567 with 4 players to plug into, and we still have to continue to make some alterations here, I think.
So we're going to keep ourselves busy.
Yeah. This will keep us busy for a little while.
Yeah.
But thanks for hanging around with us for a little while. If we come up with a solution, then we will certainly share it with you all. Right. But until we get to do this again, maybe in a couple weeks we'll come in and just fuck about for a bit.
Yeah.
And until then, everybody stay safe and keep everybody else in mind. Be kind to each other. We have to work with each other right now. All right, this is not going to be a white knuckle deal. Everybody has to work together on this one. So until then, thanks for coming along, you guys. We appreciate you listening, and catch you guys next time. Have a good one.
Later.
Cheers.